everybody, my name is Eun-Joo. I'm working at the Department of Liberal Arts in Kyungil University. My major is instruction technology, and I'm interested in all kinds of instructional method or instructional strategies. Today I have a topic entitled How to Blend Instruction. I will start with the table of contents. First, background and research design, findings, result, and implications. So I'm going to do my presentation according to this order. First, I want to introduce why I studied this research. Due to the COVID-19 last semester, we all had to change our instructional mode. Actually, all the organizations have been forced to adopt the changes to secure the society, and education system is one of the main areas that have to implement alternative delivery method due to the certain changes. And most educational institutions, including colleges, universities, and K-12 schools, were to change the classroom instruction from classroom instruction to non-face-to-face instruction. And as you know, as you experienced, we were all not prepared for those instructional methods. So I thought we need to study more about the delivery method, instructional delivery method, even though we all know what online instruction or blended instruction, we didn't have any proper strategies to satisfy student needs, in fact. So I thought we have to study about the strategies and how students perceive about online instruction. And the research purposes of this study were to find out how students perceive online instruction and proposed a design of blended instructional strategies based on the study findings. So research questions include: first, how do students perceive online instruction? And second, what is the most preferred ways of content delivery method? And third, how do students behave in online learning environment? For this study, I surveyed the student, and I also analyzed the data like student behaviors in online learning environment. So 120 students, especially freshmen, participated for the survey. The online classes consist of 4 classes. Actually, 100 students from the 4 classes participated for this study, and we have 2 different subjects for the classes. So even though it was 4 classes, but 2 classes were the same subject areas, and 2 classes have same subject areas. So it's 2 different subjects with 4 classes. So online classes were delivered using ABREC, and I made PowerPoint and delivered the instruction online. I uploaded the videos in YouTube and gave them a link and let them study on YouTube. And I didn't put any pictures or any my face. I just put the PowerPoint only for the instruction. So for the research method, as I already mentioned, survey and document analysis were used. And student behaviors and activities in online learning environments were analyzed. And the survey instrument, actually I got it from the College of E-Learning Center survey and revised according to the research proposed. The survey instrument consists of 21 questions asking about the online contents and design of the contents and facilitation of learning support and student self-learning management and their satisfaction. So data were analyzed using the SPSS, and actually their perceptions and satisfactions of the instructional method were analyzed and presented in the research findings. Excuse me. And findings, when I analyzed the data, the first one, what are the student perceptions online instruction? And when I analyzed the survey instruments, the total average was 3.81. Particularly, they perceived that classes were systematically organized on a weekly basis. Actually, about the organization of online instruction was very high, and also the contents were well organized with a continuity, because I put the PowerPoint in a unit way, like using the same theme and same style, and video instruction also same kind of systems I use, like the same time and ways of the manners of talking and ways of lay out the content, so they feel like it's well organized, and also it has a unity and continuity, and it's kind of unified instruction. They also find the classroom note and are very useful, and extra class materials also help them to understand instruction better. But they did not perceive that online instruction provides more learning time to classroom instruction. So the average for the question is 2.78. In fact, when I analyzed their activities and their behaviors in online instruction, they all kind of finish the instruction at the end of the week, like Saturday or Sunday, even though the class materials are put on a week, like from Monday to Sunday. Most of them went to the classroom like on a Saturday or Sunday and try to finish the instruction close to the due date and due time. So they feel that it has more, they don't feel that it has more opportunities or more time, giving them more time than classroom instruction. I think it's a kind of student attitude or their perceptions. The classes can be done at the last moment. They also perceive that online classes help better to achieve the student goals because it provides enough time. They didn't think that it is more helpful than classroom instruction. The second question, do students satisfy the online classes that are currently offered? So when I survey the students for the last semester's online class, they said that they are not satisfied with online classes, even though they thought that online instruction are well organized, and also it has the classroom notes and extra materials were very helpful, but they were not satisfied with online instruction. And they also didn't think that they are willing to take online classes next semester, even though last semester and this semester they didn't have any choice but the online instruction. But next semester, when they have more options, they did not want to take online classes further. Third question, what is the most preferred ways of content presentation type in online instruction? I gave them some choices like Zoom, like real-time instruction, and PPT, PowerPoint with instructor's face, and PowerPoint with instructor's voice only, and PowerPoint presentation only. So among these options, they chose PowerPoint with instructor voice is the most helpful or most preferred way. So 77% of the students chose PowerPoint with instructor's voice. At first I thought they liked PowerPoint with instructional face more, but according to the survey results, they didn't want the instructor's face on the PowerPoint presentation. Because PowerPoint presentation is the screen is not that big when they look at their smartphone screen. So if there is an instructor's face, the content is kind of covered by their face, by the instructor's face, so they didn't like PPT with instructor's face. Interestingly, many people look at or listen or participate in the class using their smartphone instead of the computer. So when they go somewhere like in the bus or when they are in some other places, instead of their house, they still can take the classes, using the smartphone. So their screen is very small when they take the class. So we have to consider the content are shown enoughly when they take the class using the smartphone. They also didn't like the Zoom, the real-time class, because they don't want to set up the time for the class while they can take the class in any time using the videotapes, with the online content. Last question, how do students behave in online learning environment? When analyze the number of views of the class videos from 4 to 10 weeks, the students tend to study more when the assignments are given. So when there is no assignment, their login data was kind of low, but when there was assignments, they look at the instruction very carefully and they kind of repeat watching the video, the instructional video, more when they don't have any assignment. When comparing the number of views with the same class, they spend different amount of time when there was assignment. So when you look at the data, there was a difference, and the classroom 1 and classroom 2 show the different views. So it means that according to the subject area, according to the class, their classroom views were different. So when how much students participate in the class is depending on how instructors deal with the classroom contents or how instructional strategies are used in the online classroom environment. So based on the study data analysis, I'm have a result like this. The study shows that the students prefer non-real-time online instruction than real-time online instruction using the program Zoom, as I already told you. So if it's online instruction, they prefer non-real-time online instruction. So using PowerPoint without instructor's face. And regarding the ways of online content presentation, the students prefer classroom video with PowerPoint and instructor's explanation audio. So no video. So they did not like the class videos with the instructor's face or PowerPoint only videos. The student response is that they are not satisfied with the online instruction that are currently offered, and they do not want the university to require them to take classes online next semester as well. So if they have a chance, they want a classroom instruction instead of online instruction. However, they perceive the online classes are well organized and it has continuity and unity. Even though online classes are more organized than classroom instruction, they still want to have the classroom instruction. And class notes and extra class materials help them to understand the classroom contents better. But they did not perceive that online instruction provide more opportunities or more time to study. Or the online instruction do not help them to achieve the study goals, even though it has better or helpful materials. Based on this result, I have implications such as online instruction is inevitable in current situation We do not know when COVID-19 is over, so online or blended instruction should be delivered continuously. Even though there are some portion, the classroom portion should be implemented as well. Since society keeps requiring social distance, schools have to prepare for delivering entire classes online at any time. Even though this next semester we will adopt the classroom instruction, but we don't know when the social circumstances change again. So students, also schools have to prepare all the time, for delivering entire classes online. Based on the research result, blended instructional components in online instructional environments is suggested. This study suggests that blended instruction can be defined as diverse instructional components and strategies with diverse technologies. It's a matter of concept. At first, blended instruction is defined as a classroom instruction plus online instruction. However, we redefine the blended instruction as diverse instruction components and strategies with diverse technologies in online environment. So online environment can be a blended instruction with diverse instructional components and strategies. So the concept of blended instruction should be redesigned, I think. So blended instruction is not should not be anymore classroom instruction plus online instruction. It should be totally online, but what kind of technologies and what kind of strategies should be used? There should be a definition of blended instruction. So mixture of community activities and learning activities is typical ways of blended activities in online environments. So community activities include posting information using communication board and real-time chatting and discussions. And learning activities include lectures, real-time learning activities, and evaluations, feedback, and providing learning resources and assignments. So mixture of community activities and learning activities, that should be a blended instruction in online learning environment. So I want to emphasize that online learning itself should be a blended instruction. Its blended instruction should be a mixture of activities such as community activities and learning activities. So information posting, free communication, and real-time chatting and discussion. It's like the communications. This is a disadvantages of in online learning. So these community activities should be emphasized when we deliver online instruction. And plus learning activities, the lecturing and assignments and evaluation and real-time activities using Zoom in online learning environments. So those are the two types of activities in online learning. So blending instructional components in online learning environment can be a mixture of three elements such as time, technology, and learning activities. Successful learning depends on how to utilize real-time and non-real-time activities and what kinds of community activities and learning activities with the appropriate technologies. So this is a kind of model that I suggest: time, technology, and learning activities. So when we design the instruction, we have to consider real-time and non-real-time activities and what kind of technologies we use and what kind of learning activities we use and how much portion among the 15 weeks of class time, how we implement these three types of activities into the online instruction can be a key of success of learning. Thank you for listening my presentation.